After being stranded on a deserted island for several months, Layla suddenly discovered a red research station on the island. This was the first time she had seen traces of human presence in Antarctica in months. Layla immediately rushed to the research station to seek help, but the doors and windows were all tightly closed. In order to survive, Layla tried to pry open the door and successfully broke in, but there was no one inside. To her surprise, the interior of the station was very luxurious, and the cabinets were filled with many biscuits. Hungry, Layla grabbed the biscuits and began to eat. After eating her fill, Layla lay down on the couch and took a nap. When she woke up, she went to the bathroom, took a bath, and changed into clean clothes. In order to escape as soon as possible, Layla began to explore the research station. To her surprise, she successfully started the station's generator. Layla immediately connected the power supply to the telegraph machine and opened it to call for help. Unfortunately, none of the channels on the telegraph machine responded. In the morning, Layla went outside and opened a shipping container, where she found a speedboat. Excitedly, she immediately pulled out the boat, thinking that as long as a ship passed by, she could use the speedboat to seek help. So she returned to the station and ate some food, staying awake late into the night because her husband was still waiting for her on the other side of the island. The next day, after dawn, she packed up her supplies and quickly set off to find her husband on the other side of the island. At this point, Layla was very anxious, not knowing if her husband was still alive. Layla successfully reached the camp, but it was already midnight. When Layla slowly walked into the house, she couldn't find any trace of her husband. Layla's heart was filled with unease. Suddenly, she saw a body sticking out from the corner. Layla quickly went to check and found that her husband was lying there. Layla cried when she saw her husband. Suddenly, she found that her husband was still breathing. She hugged her husband and slept for a night. She drove the speedboat, pulling her seriously ill husband to the red research station. Although her husband was very heavy, she finally managed to drag him bit by bit into the warm room. After a few days of Layla's careful nursing, her husband's condition began to gradually recover. Half a month later, her husband regained consciousness and tried to stand up from the couch. Seeing this, Layla was instantly moved to tears. She couldn't believe that a miracle had really happened to her husband. As time passed day by day, her husband's serious illness got better and better. Their lives returned to normal once again. Layla carefully helped her husband trim his beard. All the separations and betrayals in the past vanished at this moment, leaving only gratitude. One day, while Layla was cooking for her husband, she heard the sound of a cruise ship's horn outside. It was a research station cruise ship heading towards them. However, the couple reacted unusually calmly because all the hardships they had experienced over the past few months had made them cherish every moment in front of them and treasure life. Please cherish everyone around you who loves you.